All right, but hurry it up.
Thank you. This way for the launching.
Here we are. Ladies and...
During her time on Gilligan's Island, Dawn Wells had an intriguing secret that remained largely under wraps. Known for portraying the wholesome and kind-hearted Mary Ann Summers, she brought a touch of sweetness to the sailing misadventures of the castaways. Behind the scenes, however, Wells was a determined actress who took her role seriously. While she embraced the light-hearted tone of the show, she was also conscious of the impact her character had on young viewers. To maintain the authenticity of Mary Ann, Wells often drew from her own life experiences, using them to shape her performance. This dedication didn't just make her character memorable, it also left a hidden layer of depth that audiences might not have fully recognized. Alongside the playful antics and constant buffoonery present in the show, Wells infused her portrayal with genuine emotion that resonated with fans. Additionally, her passion for acting extended beyond the camera. Wells actively sought to enhance her craft. She participated in drama workshops and engaged in vigorous practice to perfect her skills, all while keeping this commitment to her growth private. This desire for improvement was something she chose not to disclose during the show's production, showcasing her deep respect for her craft without seeking the spotlight. The duality of her existence, balancing a fun-loving role with a serious commitment to acting, was a unique aspect of her time on the iconic series, revealing a side of her that few outside the cast were aware of. Despite the lighthearted nature of Gilligan's Island, there were significant behind-the-scenes issues that actress Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann, chose to keep private during the show's production. The series, which aired in 1964, was known for its comedic take on a group of castaways stranded on a deserted island. However, the filming environment was not always as carefree as it appeared on screen. Wells faced challenges that included the pressures of maintaining her character's innocence and charm while navigating the dynamics among the cast members. The relationships between the actors were complex, and there were moments of tension that could have disrupted the show's cheerful facade. Wells later reflected on how the cast worked hard to keep the atmosphere light, even when personal issues arose. She chose to remain tight-lipped about certain experiences, perhaps to protect the show's legacy and the fond memories of fans. Years after the show ended, she still held back on sharing some of the more difficult moments, indicating a deep respect for the project and the people involved. This decision to keep certain secrets reflects the often unseen struggles that can accompany the making of a beloved television series.
Come on, Sam, you want to talk, don't you? Don't you want to talk?
Well, of course he wants to talk.
Dawn Wells, originally a beauty queen from Reno, Nevada, took a significant step towards her dreams in 1959 by moving to Los Angeles with the goal of forging an acting career. She was determined to break into the entertainment industry, but the journey was not easy. Despite embodying the charm and appeal of the quintessential girl next door, Wells found herself at odds with the conventional standards of Hollywood glamour. The industry often favored a specific type of beauty that did not always align with her own. Wells faced challenges as she navigated auditions and roles that seemed to favor more traditional looks. However, her perseverance paid off when she landed the role of Mary Ann Summers on the iconic television series Gilligan's Island. This role allowed her to showcase her talent and charm, making her a beloved character among viewers. The show, which aired in the 1960s, became a cultural phenomenon and solidified her place in television history. Wells' portrayal of Mary Ann was significant not only for her career, but also for the representation of women on television. She brought a sense of relatability and warmth to the character, contrasting with the more glamorous portrayals of women in other shows. Her success on Gilligan's Island demonstrated that there was room for different types of beauty and talent in Hollywood, paving the way for future generations of actresses who did not fit the traditional mold. Wells' journey reflects the evolving standards of beauty and success in Hollywood, highlighting the importance of authenticity and resilience in the face of industry pressures. Her legacy continues to inspire many who aspire to follow their dreams in the entertainment world.
Stop, wait. Skipper, can I ask you something? In all my life, have I ever done anything that turned...
In the early stages of her career, Wells secured representation with a small agency, which opened doors for her in the entertainment industry. This led to various commercial projects and minor television roles that helped her gain experience and visibility. The turning point in Wells's career came in 1960 when she was cast in a co-starring role as a secretary in the drama series The Roaring Twenties. This role was significant as it showcased her talent and allowed her to work alongside established actors, further enhancing her skills and confidence. The exposure from the Roaring Twenties set the stage for her future success, particularly in the iconic role she would later play on Gilligan's Island. The series, which debuted in 1964, became a cultural phenomenon and solidified her place in television history. Wells's portrayal of Mary Ann Summers resonated with audiences, making her a beloved character. Her early career experiences and breakthrough role were crucial in shaping her path in the entertainment world, leading to a lasting legacy in television.
I'm head of my ETA. This is Vagabond Lady.
Her performance in the Roaring Twenties resonated with key figures in the television industry, showcasing her talent and versatility as an actress. This recognition opened doors for her, leading to guest appearances on popular primetime shows that captivated audiences. These opportunities not only highlighted her skills, but also solidified her place in the entertainment world. Reflecting on her journey, she acknowledged the importance of her training and dedication to the craft of acting. The rigorous preparation and commitment she invested in honing her abilities were crucial in shaping her career. This dedication allowed her to navigate the challenges of the industry and seize opportunities that came her way. The impact of her work extended beyond her individual performances, influencing the landscape of television and inspiring future generations of actors. Her story serves as a testament to the power of perseverance and the significance of a strong foundation in the arts.
Exactly who do you think you are?
I'm the vice president.
The vice president? Well, how did you get that job?
By getting here before you did.
During the 1960s, the television industry was bustling with activity, and many aspiring actors were trying to make their mark. One such actor was Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann on the iconic show Gilligan's Island. She recognized the role of fortune in her success, understanding that luck often plays a part in the entertainment world. With a demanding schedule that included 2 to 3 auditions each day, Wells demonstrated remarkable perseverance and talent. Her dedication to her craft was evident as she navigated the competitive landscape of television. Each audition was an opportunity, and she approached them with enthusiasm and determination. The sheer volume of auditions she attended showcased her commitment to landing a role that would define her career. Eventually, her hard work paid off when she was cast in Gilligan's Island, a show that would become a beloved classic. Wells's journey reflects the challenges many actors faced during that era, where talent alone was not always enough. The combination of skill, persistence, and a bit of luck ultimately led her to a breakthrough in the entertainment world, allowing her to leave a lasting legacy in television history.
Your rank.
How ranky you want, huh?
Colonel. General.
Despite not possessing the glamorous allure of her peers like Raquel Welch, Dawn Wells had a relatable and engaging charm that greatly contributed to her appeal. This quality made her stand out in an industry often dominated by more traditional notions of beauty. Wells' down-to-earth personality resonated with audiences, allowing them to connect with her character, Mary Ann Summers, on a deeper level. Her portrayal of the sweet and resourceful farm girl provided a refreshing contrast to the more glamorous characters on television at the time. In addition to her charm, Wells was dedicated to building connections within the entertainment industry. She understood the importance of networking and made consistent efforts to meet influential figures in Hollywood. By the end of 1963, her hard work and determination led to a pivotal moment in her career. This combination of relatable charm and strategic industry connections ultimately helped her secure a role in the beloved television series Gilligan's Island, which would become a significant part of her legacy.
Collection of doobops would be worthless without it.
Hi, Mr. Howell.
Quiet, Gilligan. Can't you see I'm busy dickering?
It was during a pivotal moment in her career that she discovered the casting call for a new sitcom titled Gilligan's Island. Intrigued by the opportunity, she decided to audition, hoping to land a role that would showcase her talents. The character she was auditioning for was Mary Ann Summers, who was initially conceived as a minor character. Mary Ann was meant to represent a wholesome small-town girl from Kansas, embodying innocence and charm. As the casting process unfolded, it became clear that Wells brought a unique energy to the role. Her portrayal of Mary Ann resonated with audiences, transforming the character from a simple supporting role into a beloved figure on the show. The character's personality was characterized by her kindness, optimism, and resourcefulness, which endeared her to viewers. Wells' performance contributed significantly to the show's dynamic, as Mary Ann often provided a contrast to the other characters, particularly the more flamboyant Ginger Grant. The chemistry among the cast members, including Bob Denver as Gilligan and Alan Hale Jr. as the skipper, created a memorable ensemble that became iconic in television history. The series, which aired from 1964 to 1967, became a cultural phenomenon, and Marianne Summers, thanks to Wells' portrayal, became a symbol of the idealized American girl. Her character's adventures and misadventures on the deserted island captured the hearts of many, making her a lasting figure in television lore.
Gilligan?
Huh?
Come over here. Sit down right next to me. And me.
While the network was considering Raquel Welch for the role of Marianne, the producers were drawn to Dawn Wells' genuine wholesomeness, which gave her an edge in the casting process. The character of Marianne was meant to embody the girl-next-door vibe, providing a stark contrast to Tina Louise's character, Ginger. Ginger was designed to be glamorous and alluring, representing a more sophisticated and seductive persona. In contrast, Marianne was intended to be sweet, innocent, and relatable, appealing to the audience's sense of nostalgia and comfort. The producers wanted someone who could naturally portray this innocence and warmth, making Wells a perfect fit for the role. Her ability to connect with viewers and bring a sense of authenticity to the character was crucial in the decision-making process. This dynamic between the two female leads added depth to the show, allowing for various comedic and dramatic interactions that became a hallmark of the series. The casting choices reflected a careful consideration of character dynamics, ensuring that each actor brought something unique to the ensemble.
Excuse me, everyone. I would like a word with Gilligan.
Don't you mean G. Thurston?
Ginger was portrayed as a glamorous and sultry movie star, which created a dynamic contrast with the other characters on Gilligan's Island. Her character, played by Tina Louise, was designed to embody the allure and charm of Hollywood. This portrayal not only highlighted her beauty, but also emphasized her confidence and sophistication. The producers sought an innocent brunette to complement Louise's striking red-haired Ginger, which ultimately worked in Wells's favor. The casting of Dawn Wells as Marianne was a deliberate choice to balance the show's dynamics. While Ginger represented the glamorous side of life, Marianne brought a wholesome, girl-next-door quality that resonated with audiences. This contrast between the two characters added depth to the show, allowing for various comedic situations and interactions. The chemistry between Ginger and the other cast members, especially with Gilligan and the professor, showcased her ability to navigate both comedic and romantic scenarios. Ginger's character became iconic, symbolizing the blend of beauty and brains, and her portrayal left a lasting impression on viewers. The interplay between her glamorous persona and the island's rustic setting created memorable moments that contributed to the show's enduring popularity.
I'm sorry, Skipper. I'm just so anxious.
Never mind that. Are you?
In the early stages of casting for Gilligan's Island, there were many challenges and considerations. Dawn Wells, who would go on to play the beloved character Marianne, was almost overlooked during the casting process. Despite her talent, she faced stiff competition from other actresses vying for the same role. However, what set her apart was her genuine and heartfelt portrayal of earnest sweetness. This quality resonated with the show's creators and producers, who were looking for someone who could embody the innocence and charm of Marianne. Wells brought a unique warmth to the character, making her relatable and endearing to audiences. Her ability to convey sincerity and kindness was crucial in establishing the dynamic among the castaways. The character of Marianne became a fan favorite, largely due to Wells' performance. The casting struggles ultimately highlighted the importance of finding the right fit for a role, as Wells' earnestness not only secured her place in the show, but also contributed significantly to its lasting appeal. The chemistry among the cast members was vital, and Wells' portrayal helped to create a sense of camaraderie that defined the series. Her character's sweetness balanced the more eccentric personalities on the island, making the interactions more engaging and entertaining. The success of Gilligan's Island can be attributed in part to the thoughtful casting choices, with Wells' heartfelt performance being a key element in the show's charm and enduring legacy. When the show premiered in late 1964, it marked a significant turning point in Wells's career. Although she wasn't the most prominently featured star of the show, her character Marianne quickly won over the audience and became a beloved figure. The series, created by Sherwood Schwartz, followed a group of castaways stranded on a deserted island after a storm wrecked their boat. Each character brought their unique personality to the mix, but Mary Ann, played by Dawn Wells, stood out for her sweet and wholesome demeanor. Viewers were drawn to her charm and innocence, which contrasted with some of the more eccentric characters on the island. The show became a staple of American television, and its light-hearted humor and engaging storylines resonated with audiences. Mary Ann's character represented the ideal of kindness and optimism, making her a favorite among fans. As the series continued, Mary Ann's popularity only grew, solidifying her place in television history. The show not only entertained, but also created a cultural phenomenon with its catchphrases and memorable moments. The impact of Gilligan's Island and characters like Mary Ann can still be felt today, as they remain iconic figures in the world of television.
Photographers say I look my best like this.
No good. No good.
As the second season of Gilligan's Island began, the dynamics of the show shifted notably, particularly regarding the character of Ginger Grant, played by Tina Louise. By this time, her role had grown in significance, reflecting not only her talent, but also the affection that audiences had developed for her character. This change was marked by her receiving equal billing alongside the other main cast members. This acknowledgement was a clear indication of her increased prominence within the series. The producers recognized that Ginger was not just a pretty face, but a character that resonated with viewers, contributing to the show's charm and appeal. The decision to give her equal billing was a strategic move that highlighted her importance in the ensemble cast. It also showcased the evolving nature of television at the time, where female characters were beginning to gain more recognition and respect. This shift in billing was a reflection of the changing attitudes towards women in media, as they were increasingly seen as integral to the storytelling process. The audience's love for Ginger and her adventures on the island played a significant role in the show's popularity, making her a beloved figure in television history. The evolution of her character and the recognition she received were pivotal moments in the series, marking a step forward in how female characters were portrayed and valued in the entertainment industry.
I think that Sammy Precious Stones did a thing for you.
Cause me any more trouble.
The transition from a relatively unknown actress to a recognized sitcom star was marked by a series of strategic choices and relentless scrutiny that shaped her career. In the early years, she faced numerous challenges in the entertainment industry, where competition was fierce and opportunities were limited. However, her dedication to honing her craft and her ability to adapt to the demands of the industry set her apart. She made calculated decisions about the roles she pursued, carefully selecting projects that would showcase her talents and appeal to a wider audience. Her role in Gilligan's Island became a turning point, as it not only highlighted her comedic abilities, but also allowed her to connect with viewers on a personal level. The show, which aired in 1964, quickly gained popularity, and her character became a beloved figure in American television. This success was not merely a stroke of luck. It was the result of her relentless work ethic and the strategic choices she made in her career. As she navigated the complexities of fame, she faced scrutiny from both the public and industry insiders. Yet, she remained focused on her goals, using feedback to refine her performances and enhance her appeal. Her persistence and savvy approach to the entertainment landscape ultimately paid off, establishing her as a household name and paving the way for future opportunities in her career.
Are you or aren't you gonna go down with the ship?
I hope not, but if I go, you'll go with me!
Despite the lighthearted nature of Gilligan's Island, the show encountered significant challenges related to censorship and the objectification of its female cast. Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann, revealed that the network imposed strict guidelines on her wardrobe. The network standards officials were particularly concerned about how the female characters were portrayed, focusing on their attire to ensure it conformed to conservative values of the time. This scrutiny meant that Wells had to navigate a fine line between portraying her character authentically and adhering to the expectations set by the network. The guidelines often dictated the length and style of her clothing, reflecting a broader societal concern about modesty and propriety in television. The pressure to maintain a certain image not only affected Wells, but also shaped the overall presentation of female characters on the show. This dynamic highlighted the tension between creative expression and the constraints of network standards, revealing how the entertainment industry often grappled with issues of censorship and the portrayal of women during that era. The impact of these standards was felt not just by the actors, but also by the audience, who were influenced by the messages conveyed through the characters' appearances and behaviors. The challenges faced by Gilligan's Island serve as a reminder of the complexities involved in producing television content in a time when societal norms were rapidly evolving.
Back, little buddy. I'll get you back.
Well, how? You have nothing left to bet. But I have, Skipper. Look, my Boy Scout knife. It's a spoon.
The wardrobe guidelines for the character Marianne in Gilligan's Island were quite strict. The network mandated that she wear high-waisted shorts to hide her belly button, which they considered too provocative for viewers. This decision reflected the cultural norms of the time, where modesty was emphasized on television. Although her character could wear her gingham shirt tied to expose her midriff, the network insisted on concealing her navel. This restriction was part of a broader trend in television during the 1960s, where producers and networks were cautious about how female characters were portrayed. They aimed to maintain a certain image that aligned with societal expectations. The choices made in Marianne's wardrobe were not just about fashion, they were about how women were represented on screen. The high-waisted shorts became a signature look for her character, symbolizing the balance between femininity and the constraints placed on women in media. The guidelines shaped not only the visual appeal of the show, but also the way audiences perceived the characters and their roles.
Cheers. That stuff is priceless.
A bottle cap?
Singapore, 1947.
As the show Gilligan's Island gained popularity, the pressures on its cast members became more pronounced, particularly for Tina Louise, who played Ginger Grant. Furthermore, she was prohibited from displaying any cleavage or wearing clothes that were remotely form-fitting. This restriction was a source of frustration for Wells, who felt that the network's exclusively male censorship team was overly critical of her wardrobe choices. The scrutiny she faced was relentless, and it often overshadowed her performance on the show. The network's desire to maintain a certain image for its female characters led to strict guidelines that limited how the actresses could express themselves through their clothing. This situation highlighted the broader issues of gender and representation in television during the 1960s. The limitations placed on Wells not only affected her personal style, but also contributed to a sense of frustration among the cast, who were trying to navigate the expectations of the network while delivering entertaining performances. The tension between creative expression and censorship was palpable, and it reflected the societal norms of the time, which often dictated how women should present themselves in the media. The impact of these restrictions on Wells and her character was significant, as it shaped the way audiences perceived Ginger Grant and the overall dynamics of the show. The challenges faced by the actresses on Gilligan's Island serve as a reminder of the complexities involved in television production and the ongoing struggle for artistic freedom in a landscape often dominated by male perspectives.
Tangled up, son. What's the matter with you?
Oh, getting us this way. Oh, get it.
In a 2018 interview, she expressed her feelings about the focus on her physique during her time on Gilligan's Island. This iconic television series, which first aired in 1964, became a significant part of her career. However, she revealed that the attention given to her appearance made her feel objectified. As a young woman stepping into the spotlight, she faced the discomfort of being scrutinized for her looks rather than her talent. This experience highlighted the challenges many women encounter in the entertainment industry, where physical appearance often overshadows their abilities. She reflected on how this focus affected her self-image and the way she was perceived by audiences. The pressure to conform to certain beauty standards can be overwhelming, especially for someone just starting in their career. Her candid remarks shed light on the broader issue of objectification in media, reminding viewers that behind the characters they love, there are real people with complex feelings and experiences. This discussion is crucial in understanding the evolution of women's roles in television and the ongoing conversation about representation and respect in the industry.
Dad, how'd you get here on the island?
I've been waiting for you, son. Where have you been?
Where's Mother?
The experience of working on Gilligan's Island highlighted the complex gender dynamics and the challenges female actors faced in the entertainment industry during the 1960s. Despite the show's lighthearted premise and comedic nature, the female cast members often dealt with the pressures of censorship and the objectification that came with their roles. The strict rules regarding wardrobe choices were a reflection of the broader societal expectations of women at the time. However, the environment on the set of Gilligan's Island was notably different from many other productions. Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann, spoke highly of producer Sherwood Schwartz, crediting him for fostering a respectful and professional atmosphere. Schwartz's approach allowed the actresses to feel valued for their talent rather than merely their appearance. This balance was crucial in a time when many shows leaned heavily on the objectification of women. The respectful environment on set contributed to a more positive experience for the cast, allowing them to focus on their performances without the added stress of inappropriate behavior or undue scrutiny. The legacy of Gilligan's Island, therefore, is not just in its comedic storytelling, but also in its subtle commentary on the treatment of women in the industry, showcasing how a supportive leadership can make a significant difference in the workplace.
Delicious, Thurston. You must try them. You believe you were at Antoine's.
Oh, yes, you must try my jellied sandwiches.
Now, about the
Schwartz's approach to creating Gilligan's Island provided a nurturing environment for the cast, particularly for Dawn Wells, who was a young actress just starting her career. This safe and wholesome workplace was designed to protect her and others from any inappropriate conduct, allowing them to focus on their performances without fear of harassment. The atmosphere on set was supportive, fostering camaraderie among the cast members. In contrast, Tina Louise, who portrayed the glamorous Ginger, encountered her own difficulties during the production. The restrictive wardrobe policies imposed on her character often left her feeling uncomfortable. She was more vocal about her dissatisfaction with these limitations, expressing her concerns regarding how they affected her portrayal of Ginger. Louise's challenges highlighted the tension between the show's lighthearted premise and the realities of being an actress in a demanding role. Despite these struggles, both actresses contributed significantly to the show's enduring popularity, showcasing their talents in a series that remains beloved by audiences.
Just had me fly for hell.
Oh, wrong way. Don't be silly. We all want to be rescued, and soon.
Wells recounted how Louise resisted participating in cheesecake-style photo shoots, which aimed to emphasize her sex appeal, a common expectation for young female stars at the time. Louise found such demands demeaning and insisted on wearing costumes that were elegant rather than revealing. This stance was quite significant during the 1960s, a period when many actresses felt pressured to conform to certain standards of beauty that often involved showcasing their bodies in a way that made them uncomfortable. Louise's refusal to engage in these types of photo shoots highlighted her desire to be seen as more than just a pretty face. She wanted to be recognized for her talent and contributions to the show rather than her physical appearance. This decision not only set her apart from many of her contemporaries, but also resonated with audiences who appreciated her commitment to maintaining her dignity and self-respect. By choosing elegance over exploitation, Louise became a role model for many young women who admired her strength and conviction in an industry that often prioritized looks over substance. Her choices reflected a broader movement towards empowerment and self-acceptance that was beginning to take shape during that era.
Don't you remember me? I'm your little buddy.
I don't have any little buddy. What are you doing on?
Navigating the complexities of the entertainment industry was a significant concern for many actresses during the 1960s, and this was especially true for the cast of Gilligan's Island. Louise, one of the prominent figures in the series, was particularly aware of the delicate balance between maintaining her dignity and meeting the expectations placed upon her. Her role on the show was not just a chance to entertain, but also a platform that could shape her future in serious film roles. Louise's concerns were emblematic of the broader struggles faced by women in Hollywood, where the pressure to conform to certain images often clashed with personal aspirations and professional integrity. The character she portrayed was often seen through a comedic lens, which could overshadow her talents and ambitions. Louise understood that while Gilligan's Island was a beloved show, it could also pigeonhole her in a way that might limit her opportunities later on. She was determined to preserve her image, knowing that the choices she made on the show could have lasting effects on her career. This awareness of the industry's expectations was crucial, as it highlighted the need for actresses to assert their identities and navigate their paths carefully. In a world where roles were often defined by stereotypes, Louise's stance was a quiet rebellion against the limitations imposed by the industry. She sought to maintain her dignity while also striving for a future that included serious and diverse roles. This struggle was not unique to her, but resonated with many women in the industry who faced similar challenges. The desire to be taken seriously as an actress, while also being part of a lighthearted sitcom, created a tension that Louise managed with grace. Her journey on Gilligan's Island was not just about comedy and adventure, it was also about carving out a space for herself in an industry that often demanded conformity. By focusing on her dignity and future ambitions, Louise became a symbol of resilience for many actresses navigating the same treacherous waters of Hollywood. The legacy of her choices continues to inspire those who seek to balance personal integrity with professional aspirations in the ever-evolving landscape of entertainment.
Again like that. And fold this like this. Like this.
Dawn Wells and Tina Louise, both iconic actresses from the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, had notably different perspectives on their careers and roles. Wells, who played Mary Ann Summers, approached her character with a light-hearted and playful attitude. She did not envision herself pursuing a career as a dramatic actress, which allowed her to embrace the comedic elements of her role without the weight of serious expectations. This perspective contributed to her ability to connect with audiences in a genuine and relatable way. On the other hand, Tina Louise, who portrayed Ginger Grant, had aspirations that leaned more towards dramatic acting. This ambition influenced how she approached her character, as she sought to maintain a certain allure and sophistication that aligned with her vision of a glamorous actress. Both actresses faced the challenge of adhering to the censorship requirements of the time, which dictated how they could portray their characters. They had to navigate these restrictions while still keeping their characters appealing and engaging. This delicate balance required creativity and adaptability as they worked to ensure their performances resonated with viewers while staying within the boundaries set by the network. The contrasting perspectives of Wells and Louise highlight the diverse approaches to acting and character development during a time when television was evolving rapidly. Their experiences on Gilligan's Island reflect the broader challenges faced by actresses in the industry as they sought to carve out their identities in a landscape that often imposed limitations. The interplay between their differing views and the demands of the show created a unique dynamic that contributed to the series' enduring popularity.
This one, and you take that one. I'll meet you at the spring.
Oh, no, Skipper, but
Now,
Skipper...
Gilligan, just keep thinking of that $10,000 reward. Start looking.
Wells took a pragmatic approach to the censorship and moral guidelines imposed by the network, opting not to challenge what she perceived as standard practices within the industry. This decision was influenced by the environment of the 1960s, where television was heavily regulated and producers often prioritized compliance over creative expression. Despite her talent and the popularity of Gilligan's Island, Wells felt objectified due to the intense scrutiny over her appearance. The focus on her looks often overshadowed her acting abilities, leading to a sense of frustration. However, rather than confronting these issues head-on, she chose to navigate the situation by adhering to the expectations set by the network. This choice reflected a broader trend in the entertainment industry, where many actors, especially women, faced similar pressures. By accepting the status quo, Wells aimed to maintain her career and contribute to the show's success, even if it meant sacrificing her personal feelings about objectification. The dynamics of the show and the industry at large highlighted the challenges faced by women in television during that era, as they balanced their professional aspirations with societal expectations.
All right, here are your provisions, Duke. Now remember, tell them our position is approximately 110 degrees longitude and...
During the 1960s, the television landscape was shaped by various social norms and expectations, particularly regarding the roles of women. In the context of the show Gilligan's Island, which premiered in 1964, the characters, especially the female leads, were often confined to traditional roles that reflected the societal constraints of the time. The actresses portraying these characters faced significant pressure to conform to the expectations of femininity, which included being charming, nurturing, and often dependent on male characters for their survival and success. This portrayal was not merely a reflection of the individual choices of the actresses, but rather a broader understanding of the limitations imposed on women in the entertainment industry. The decision to cast the characters in such roles suggests a resignation to the norms of the time, rather than an endorsement of them. The show featured a diverse group of castaways, yet the female characters were often depicted in ways that emphasized their looks and romantic interests, overshadowing their potential for independence and strength. This dynamic illustrates how the entertainment industry often reinforced stereotypes, limiting the scope of what women could portray on screen. The actresses, while talented and capable, navigated a landscape where their roles were often predetermined by societal expectations, leading to a complex relationship with their characters and the narratives they were part of. As a result, Gilligan's Island serves as a lens through which we can examine the constraints and expectations placed on actresses during that era, highlighting the challenges they faced in seeking more substantial and varied roles. The show remains a cultural artifact that reflects the struggles and limitations of its time, revealing much about the evolving nature of women's roles in television and society.
Heck, boss, we let 'em have it at the crack of dawn.
Professor, I think I'm going to faint.
Wells's approach highlights the challenges female actors faced in pursuing their careers while navigating an industry that often imposed restrictive and objectifying standards. In the early 1960s, the entertainment world was a complex landscape for women, where they had to balance their professional aspirations with societal expectations. Dawn Wells, who became widely recognized for her role as Mary Ann Summers on Gilligan's Island, experienced this firsthand. Just before the show launched her into the spotlight in 1964, she made a significant personal commitment by marrying Larry Rosen, a talent agent and producer, in 1962. This marriage represented not only a personal milestone, but also a strategic partnership in an industry where connections could greatly influence an actor's career. Wells's decision to marry during this pivotal time in her life reflects the intricate dance many women performed, trying to maintain their identities and ambitions while also fulfilling traditional roles. The pressures of the industry often meant that female actors had to navigate their careers carefully, balancing their desires for professional success with the expectations placed upon them by both the industry and society. This duality of personal and professional life was a common theme for many women in Hollywood during this era, and Wells's journey exemplifies the resilience and determination required to thrive in such an environment.
To get him into shape, we've got to get sugar into his bloodstream, we've got to strengthen his muscles, he has got to be in perfect...
Despite the joy surrounding their wedding, the couple chose to keep their ceremony very private. They decided to marry in Hawaii, away from the public eye, without any announcements or media coverage. This choice was significant for them, as it allowed them to celebrate their love in a more intimate setting. However, this decision was not made lightly. Wells later explained that her concerns about her acting career played a crucial role in their choice. She worried that being married might change how people viewed her in the industry. The entertainment world often scrutinizes personal lives, and she feared that her new status as a married woman could conflict with her professional aspirations. By keeping the wedding private, she aimed to protect both her personal happiness and her growing career. This careful balance between personal life and professional ambitions was a common theme for many actors during that time, reflecting the challenges they faced in navigating their public and private identities.
But I didn't mean a word of it. Gilligan, can't you understand I'm trying to apologize to you?
Wells was particularly concerned about the implications of her marriage on her role in Gilligan's Island, where she played the single young ingenue Mary Ann Summers. She feared that public knowledge of her being a newlywed could complicate the public's acceptance of her character. The show, which aired in the 1960s, featured a cast of characters stranded on a deserted island, and Wells' portrayal of Mary Ann was central to the show's charm. The character was innocent, sweet, and often the voice of reason among the group. Wells worried that if audiences learned she was married, they might struggle to see her as the youthful, single woman that Mary Ann represented. This concern reflected broader societal views of the time, where a woman's marital status could significantly influence how she was perceived in the entertainment industry. Wells wanted to maintain the integrity of her character and the show's appeal, fearing that her personal life could overshadow the beloved role she played. The balance between personal life and public persona was a delicate one, especially in the context of a show that relied heavily on the dynamics of its characters. The success of Gilligan's Island depended on the audience's ability to connect with the characters, and Wells was acutely aware of how her real-life situation could impact that connection. She aimed to keep the focus on the fun and adventure of the show, hoping that her marriage would not detract from the light-hearted spirit that made Gilligan's Island a classic. The tension between her personal happiness and professional identity was a significant concern for Wells, as she navigated the complexities of fame and the expectations placed on women in television during that era.
Wrong with me. This is the wrong paper. This is the short form. Is there a longer form? Yes, there's a much longer form.
Wells had a strong desire to protect her personal life from becoming a subject of public scrutiny and tabloid speculation. She understood the challenges that came with fame, especially for young actresses in the 1960s. The entertainment industry was often ruthless, and personal details could quickly become sensationalized. This was a time when the media thrived on gossip, and the lives of celebrities were dissected in the public eye. Wells was keenly aware of the risks associated with public intrusion, which could lead to misunderstandings and misrepresentations of her character and choices. She took steps to maintain a level of privacy, knowing that her image as Mary Ann on Gilligan's Island was just one part of her identity. The show brought her fame, but it also meant that her every move could be scrutinized. Wells wanted to ensure that her personal relationships and life choices remained her own, free from the prying eyes of the press. This desire for privacy was not just about avoiding scandal. It was about preserving her sense of self in an industry that often blurred the lines between public persona and private life. By being cautious and selective about what she shared, Wells aimed to create a boundary that would protect her from the invasive nature of celebrity culture. She recognized that maintaining her personal life was essential for her mental well-being and for her career longevity. The pressures of fame could easily overwhelm, and Wells was determined to navigate her path with grace and dignity, ensuring that her true self remained intact despite the spotlight.
Rather die.
That could be arranged. Oh, hey, don't go away. No?
Opting for discretion, Wells and Rosen concluded that maintaining their privacy and keeping their marriage out of the public eye would be the most prudent approach. They believed that this strategy would allow Wells to focus on her career without the added pressure and distraction of media scrutiny into her personal life. This decision was particularly important given the fame that came with her role in the iconic television series Gilligan's Island, which premiered in 1964. The show quickly became a cultural phenomenon, capturing the hearts of audiences with its humorous take on a group of castaways stranded on a deserted island. Wells, who played the beloved character Mary Ann Summers, understood the challenges that fame could bring. By keeping her marriage private, she could navigate her career with a clearer mind, free from the constant attention that often accompanies celebrity relationships. This approach allowed her to concentrate on her acting, ensuring that her performances remained the focus rather than her personal life. The decision to prioritize her career while maintaining a low profile proved to be a wise one, as it helped her build a lasting legacy in the entertainment industry. Wells' commitment to her craft and her thoughtful approach to her personal life exemplified a balance that many in the industry strive to achieve. By choosing to keep her marriage discreet, she not only protected her relationship, but also carved out a space where her talent could shine without the overshadowing glare of public scrutiny. This careful navigation of her personal and professional worlds allowed her to enjoy a successful career while nurturing her private life, a testament to her understanding of the complexities of fame.
I really am. And when we get back home, you'll be rewarded. Guess you just weren't cut out to be a howl. No.
Dawn Wells and Larry Rosen, who were married in a private ceremony in Hawaii in 1962, faced challenges in sharing their joyful news with the world. They had hoped to gradually introduce their marriage to the public, allowing their fans to celebrate this personal milestone with them. However, the demanding filming schedule of Gilligan's Island made this plan difficult to execute. The show, which became a beloved classic, required long hours and intense commitment from its cast. As the series progressed, the couple found it increasingly hard to balance their personal lives with the rigorous demands of the production. The constant filming left little room for personal announcements or celebrations. This situation highlighted the often overlooked pressures that actors face while working on popular television shows. The couple's desire for privacy clashed with the public's interest in their lives, making it a complex situation for them to navigate. The fast-paced world of television did not allow for the slow reveal they had envisioned, leading to a unique blend of personal and professional challenges.
Well, I'll be darned.
Wells found herself deeply engrossed in her work on the television series Gilligan's Island, which premiered in 1964. The demands of shooting episodes, memorizing new scripts, and fully embodying her character took up most of her time. This intense focus on her career left her with limited opportunities to spend with her husband, Rosenator, even after their marriage was no longer a secret. Wells often reflected on how her professional commitments overshadowed her personal life. During those crucial early years of marriage, the show required her to be on set for long hours, and the pressure to perform well added to her busy schedule. As she navigated the challenges of being a working actress, the balance between her career and her relationship became increasingly difficult. The excitement of being part of a popular show was exhilarating, but it also meant that her personal life sometimes took a backseat. This experience shaped her understanding of the sacrifices that come with pursuing a successful career in the entertainment industry.
A time before you were hit over the head.
Swell, I'd sure like to know who I am.
The balance she sought between her professional and personal life eluded her largely due to the relentless demands of her breakout television role. Playing Mary Ann Summers on Gilligan's Island became a defining moment in her career, but it came with significant challenges. The show, which premiered in 1964, quickly gained popularity, and with that fame came a whirlwind of responsibilities. Wells found herself constantly juggling her time, as the demands of filming often left little room for her personal life. Moreover, her obligations extended beyond the set, as she was often on the move attending publicity events for Gilligan's Island across the country. These events were crucial for promoting the show and maintaining its visibility in a competitive television landscape. The travel took a toll on her, making it difficult to find time for herself or to nurture personal relationships. The excitement of being part of a beloved series was overshadowed by the pressure to meet the expectations of fans and network executives alike. As she navigated this hectic schedule, Wells struggled to maintain a sense of normalcy in her life. The constant travel and promotional activities often left her feeling exhausted and disconnected from her own needs. Despite the joy of being part of a groundbreaking show, the reality of her commitments made it challenging to achieve the balance she desired. The demands of her role on Gilligan's Island were relentless, and the pursuit of a fulfilling personal life seemed to slip further away with each passing day.
Spirit of the Bronx?
Sure.
Handle a Kreider Reichner KR-21?
With you teaching me, I can handle a Kreider Reichner.
The constant travel associated with the entertainment industry posed significant challenges for many actors, including those involved in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island. For the cast, particularly those who were newly married, this lifestyle complicated their ability to nurture their relationships and settle into a routine domestic life. The demands of filming, promotional events, and public appearances often took precedence over personal commitments. This situation was especially pronounced for actors like Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann. Her experience highlighted the difficult trade-offs between personal commitments and professional opportunities. As she navigated the early stages of fame and success, Wells found herself torn between her burgeoning career and the desire to maintain a stable home life. The pressures of the industry often meant that personal relationships had to take a backseat, leading to a struggle to balance love and work. The challenges faced by the cast of Gilligan's Island serve as a reminder of the sacrifices that come with pursuing a career in entertainment, particularly during the formative years of their careers.
Oh, not only that, he offered a reward to anyone who finds the diamond. $10,000.
$10,000?
Dawn Wells and Larry Rosen faced significant challenges in their marriage, which ultimately led to their separation in 1967 after 5 years together. The pressures of Wells's acting career played a crucial role in their decision to part ways. As a prominent actress known for her role as Mary Ann on the beloved television series Gilligan's Island, Wells often found herself away from home due to the demands of her profession. This constant absence created strain in their relationship, making it difficult for them to maintain a strong connection. The entertainment industry can be unforgiving, with long hours and unpredictable schedules that can take a toll on personal lives. For Wells and Rosen, the combination of her rising fame and the challenges of balancing work and home life proved to be too much. They ultimately concluded that their relationship could not withstand these pressures, leading to their divorce. The story of their marriage reflects the broader struggles many couples face when one partner's career demands significant time and energy, highlighting the complexities of love and commitment in the face of professional aspirations.
Oh, rise, everybody. The judge is coming back.
At just 28 years old, Wells faced the realities of divorce, which led her to reflect on the challenges and sacrifices that come with a life in show business. The pressures of maintaining a public persona while dealing with personal turmoil can be overwhelming. For Wells, the end of her marriage was not just a personal loss, but also a moment of introspection about her career and the choices she had made. In addition to her personal struggles, Wells encountered professional tensions, particularly with her Gilligan's Island co-star Tina Louise. The dynamics on set were often complicated, as both actresses had strong personalities and differing views on their roles. This tension sometimes spilled over into their working relationship, creating an atmosphere that was less than ideal for collaboration. Wells had to navigate these challenges while trying to maintain her professionalism and commitment to the show. The experience taught her valuable lessons about resilience and the importance of communication in both personal and professional relationships. As she continued her career, these reflections shaped her approach to future projects and interactions with colleagues.
And someday I'll remember where I hit it.
Despite the generally positive relationships that Dawn Wells had with the rest of the cast of Gilligan's Island, her interactions with Louise were notably strained. Louise, who played a significant role in the show, reportedly struggled with the ensemble nature of the production. She openly expressed her belief that she was too good for the material, viewing the sitcom as frivolous. This perspective created a divide between her and Wells, who embraced the lightheartedness of the series. The tension between them was palpable, as Louise's dissatisfaction with the show's premise clashed with the more playful and collaborative spirit that Wells and other cast members embodied. While the rest of the cast often found joy in their roles and the comedic situations they faced, Louise's struggle to connect with the material led to a less harmonious atmosphere during filming. This dynamic highlighted the challenges that can arise in a collaborative environment, especially when one member feels out of place or undervalued. The contrast between Wells's enthusiasm and Louise's critical view of the show added a layer of complexity to the production, influencing the overall group dynamic. The interactions between the two actresses serve as a reminder of the varying perspectives that can exist within a creative team, especially in a setting that relies heavily on ensemble performance.
You know, if Mary Ann had made 2 pies for you, you'd give one to me. I want you to eat every bite.
I like the way you treat me. I like the way you yell.
In 1962, a memo revealed that Louise, one of the stars of Gilligan's Island, had strong demands regarding her role on the show. She wanted to be the only female lead, which meant that she proposed that her co-star, Wells, be given a lesser role with fewer lines. This demand created tension among the cast and crew. When the producers did not agree to her requests, Louise chose to distance herself from the rest of the cast. This distancing was particularly evident during promotional events. She notably refused to take part in group publicity photos that were meant to show unity among the show's stars. This refusal not only affected the dynamics of the cast, but also impacted the public perception of the show. The lack of cooperation from Louise in these promotional activities created a rift that was hard to ignore. Fans and viewers began to notice the tension, which added an unexpected layer to the show's behind-the-scenes story. The situation highlighted the challenges of maintaining harmony in a cast, especially when personal ambitions clash with group dynamics.
See you tonight, girls.
Okay, see you.
Behind the scenes of Gilligan's Island, there was a notable tension among the cast members that reflected their differing perspectives and aspirations. This tension added a layer of complexity to the dynamics on set. Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann, observed that Tina Louise, known for her role as Ginger, tended to keep to herself during filming. Unlike her co-stars, Tina rarely mingled with others during breaks. This isolation may have stemmed from her desire to maintain a certain image or focus on her craft, but it also created a divide among the cast. While the other actors often engaged in camaraderie and playful interactions, Tina's reserved nature set her apart. This situation highlighted the varying approaches to fame and performance within the group. The cast interactions were not just about the show. They were also influenced by personal ambitions and the pressures of being in the spotlight. The differing social dynamics contributed to a unique atmosphere on set, where friendships flourished alongside unspoken tensions.
Be survivors from the SS Minnow.
Well, it wasn't our island they sighted. It was another island with other castaways.
Wells suggested that Louise was intensely focused on her career and preferred not to be closely identified with a sitcom. Initially, Louise had declined the role of Ginger, only accepting it after learning that established Hollywood actors like Jim Backus were part of the cast. This decision reflects her desire to maintain a certain level of professionalism and not be pigeonholed into a single role. Louise's initial hesitation highlights the common concern among actors about being typecast, especially in a genre like sitcoms, which can often lead to a narrow perception of their abilities. However, the presence of seasoned actors in the cast provided a sense of reassurance and credibility. It likely influenced her to reconsider the opportunity, recognizing that working alongside respected colleagues could enhance her own career. This choice ultimately allowed her to showcase her talents in a light-hearted yet memorable way, contributing to the show's charm and appeal. The dynamics of the cast, along with her eventual acceptance of the role, played a significant part in shaping the legacy of Gilligan's Island and her career trajectory.
Do you think... Sorry, Mr. President, I've got a scientific report to finish.
Mary Ann?
I think I'd better check the food supply.
Ginger?
I have to...
Louise had hoped that the show would pivot to highlight her character more prominently, diminishing the ensemble aspect in favor of episodes centered around Ginger. She believed that focusing more on her character would allow for deeper storytelling and character development. However, Gilligan's Island was structured to give equal prominence to all its characters, avoiding the emergence of a singular star. This democratic approach to character representation was a defining feature of the series. Each character had their own quirks and storylines, which contributed to the overall charm of the show. The writers aimed to create a balance, ensuring that no single character overshadowed the others. This decision reflected a broader trend in television at the time, where ensemble casts were becoming more popular. The interactions among the characters, including Gilligan, the skipper, and the rest of the castaways, were essential to the humor and dynamics of the show. The equal treatment of characters allowed for a variety of comedic situations and conflicts, making the series appealing to a wide audience. The ensemble nature of Gilligan's Island became a hallmark of its success, as viewers enjoyed the diverse personalities and their adventures on the deserted island. The show's format encouraged teamwork and collaboration among the characters, reinforcing the idea that everyone had a role to play in their survival and escapades. This approach not only entertained, but also resonated with audiences who appreciated the camaraderie and friendship depicted on screen. The balance of character focus contributed to the show's lasting legacy, as it became a beloved classic that continues to be remembered fondly by fans.
Gilligan! Oh, Thurston, we simply have got to find that boy.
I know what I'll do. I'll offer a reward. $5,000 or...
The democratic approach to character development and screen time in Gilligan's Island likely contributed to Louise's dissatisfaction. As an actress, she had to share equal billing with the rest of the cast, which may have felt limiting for her. This equal distribution of focus meant that no single character could dominate the narrative, leading to a sense of frustration for those who might have preferred a more prominent role. In contrast, Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann, fully embraced the collaborative spirit of the show. She appreciated the sense of camaraderie and team effort that defined their work together. Wells found joy in the ensemble nature of the series, where each character brought something unique to the table. This collaboration fostered a friendly atmosphere on set, allowing the actors to bond and support one another. While Louise may have struggled with the shared spotlight, Wells thrived in the environment, valuing the friendships and teamwork that emerged from their shared experiences on the island. The contrasting feelings between the two actresses highlight the different ways individuals can respond to similar circumstances in a creative setting.
See, the reason we put this play on in the first place was because Ginger was feeling so terrible about Broadway. And, you're a very important woman, Mrs. Howell.
The difference in perspective between Dawn Wells and Louise underscores the varied expectations and experiences of actors within the same television project. Dawn Wells, who played Mary Ann, often described the cast and crew of Gilligan's Island as exceptionally close-knit. She likened their bond to that of a family, emphasizing the strong relationships that developed during the show's production. This sense of camaraderie was not just about working together, it was about sharing experiences, laughter, and challenges. Wells noted that the environment on set was supportive and nurturing, which allowed the actors to thrive in their roles. The cast members often spent time together outside of filming, further strengthening their connections. This close-knit atmosphere contributed to the show's charm and helped create memorable moments that resonated with audiences. While some actors may have had different expectations regarding fame and success, the shared experiences on Gilligan's Island fostered a unique bond that transcended individual aspirations. The friendships formed during the series have lasted long after the show ended, highlighting the lasting impact of their time together.
Nighty-night.
Thurston's gonna give you his teddy bear.
Despite the challenges that arose during the production of Gilligan's Island, the cast members worked together to create a sense of unity. The dynamics of the show were often influenced by the interactions among the actors, particularly with Tina Louise, who played Ginger Grant. While there were moments of tension, particularly regarding her role and the attention it garnered, the other cast members, including Dawn Wells, maintained a positive outlook. Wells, who portrayed Mary Ann Summers, chose not to dwell on any negativity that might have stemmed from the situation. Instead, she focused on building strong relationships with her fellow cast members. This approach fostered a supportive environment on set, allowing the actors to collaborate effectively and enjoy their time together. The camaraderie among the cast contributed significantly to the show's charm and success as they navigated the ups and downs of filming while creating memorable moments for audiences. Their ability to prioritize positive interactions over conflicts helped solidify the legacy of Gilligan's Island as a beloved classic in television history.
Gee, Gilligan, I always have liked you, but, well, somehow now
It's my nose.
Throughout the production of Gilligan's Island, a special bond developed among the cast members, particularly between Dawn Wells and her fellow actors. She shared a warm rapport with Jim Backus, who played the lovable millionaire Thurston Howell, Bob Denver, known for his role as Gilligan, and Russell Johnson, who portrayed the professor. Their interactions on set were filled with laughter and camaraderie, creating a friendly atmosphere that resonated with audiences. Wells often spoke fondly of her experiences with them, highlighting their kindness and humor. Despite the challenges of working in television, Wells maintained a high level of professionalism throughout her career. She consistently offered gracious remarks about her co-star Louise, showing respect and admiration for her talent. This professionalism extended beyond the set, as Wells often took the time to acknowledge the contributions of her fellow actors in interviews and public appearances. Her ability to balance warmth with professionalism made her a beloved figure in the entertainment industry, and her relationships with her co-stars remain a cherished part of her legacy.
Well, even if I can get in the Navy, you can't. You're 5 pounds underweight.
Underweight?
In a 2020 interview, Wells spoke fondly of her time on Gilligan's Island, particularly highlighting the beauty and sex appeal of her co-star, Tina Louise, who played Ginger Grant. Wells acknowledged that she learned a great deal from Louise, who brought a glamorous presence to the show. However, Wells also emphasized the unique qualities of her own character, Mary Ann Summers. She noted that Mary Ann resonated deeply with audiences because of her wholesome, friendly, and relatable nature. While Ginger represented the allure and sophistication, Mary Ann offered a different kind of charm that many viewers found comforting and genuine. This contrast between the two characters contributed to the show's enduring popularity, as fans could see parts of themselves in Mary Ann's down-to-earth personality. The warmth and kindness that Mary Ann embodied made her a beloved character, and Wells' reflections in the interview shed light on the lasting impact of both characters on the audience.
Hurried work is worried work, and a job not well done is not a well-done job.
Keeper, that's beautiful.
While Wells maintained a diplomatic public stance, it is clear that she, like others on set, found Louise's demeanor challenging. This situation created a complex environment for the cast and crew of Gilligan's Island. Wells, known for her professionalism, navigated these internal dynamics with care. She understood the importance of maintaining a positive atmosphere on set, especially given the show's popularity and the need to keep the audience engaged. Despite any behind-the-scenes difficulties, Wells's commitment to the show's legacy was evident. She worked hard to ensure that the cast could collaborate effectively, focusing on their shared goal of entertaining viewers. This dedication to professionalism not only helped to preserve the spirit of the show, but also highlighted Wells's character. Her ability to handle challenging situations with grace contributed to the overall success of Gilligan's Island, making it a beloved series that continues to resonate with audiences today. Wells's approach serves as a reminder of the importance of teamwork and respect in any creative endeavor, showcasing how individual challenges can be managed for the greater good of the project. The legacy of Gilligan's Island is not just in its humor and storytelling, but also in the professionalism displayed by its cast, particularly in the face of adversity.
No, it's no position at all.
No, Gilligan will move his gear out right away, won't you, Gilligan?
Sure, he'll move his gear out right away.
Following the end of Gilligan's Island in 1967, Dawn Wells encountered significant challenges in her acting career, primarily due to the typecasting that came with her beloved role as Mary Ann. This character, known for her sweet and wholesome demeanor, became a defining part of Wells' identity as an actress. In a 1977 interview with the Los Angeles Times, she candidly discussed her struggles to break free from this image. Wells expressed a strong desire to take on a broader spectrum of roles that would allow her to showcase her versatility as an actress. She was particularly interested in portraying characters that were a stark contrast to Mary Ann, seeking to explore more complex and perhaps darker roles. This yearning for diversity in her acting career highlighted the difficulties many actors face when they become closely associated with a single character. Wells' reflections in the interview revealed her determination to evolve as an artist and her hope to redefine her career beyond the confines of her iconic role.
Professor, why did he come back?
I don't know. It's his dinner time.
The desire to break free from typecasting was a significant driving force for Dawn Wells, who portrayed Mary Ann Summers on Gilligan's Island. Her character became a beloved figure, capturing the hearts of viewers with her charm and innocence. However, this enduring popularity also led to a sense of frustration for Wells. She found herself often being seen only as Mary Ann, which limited her opportunities to explore a wider range of roles. This pigeonholing was a direct consequence of the show's success, as audiences associated her primarily with the character she played. In an effort to demonstrate her versatility as an actress, Wells sought out dramatically different roles that would allow her to showcase her range. She took on parts that contrasted sharply with the sweet and wholesome image of Mary Ann. By doing so, she aimed to distance herself from her Gilligan's Island persona and prove that she could tackle more complex and varied characters. This journey was not just about career advancement, it was also a personal quest for artistic fulfillment. Wells' determination to expand her acting repertoire reflected her deep passion for the craft and her desire to be recognized for her talents beyond the confines of a single role.
Have to hurry. The Navy's here, and I want to be the first to be piped aboard.
Oh, it'll be so exciting to set.
In the late 1960s, a significant shift occurred in the career of a talented actress known for her role in the beloved television series Gilligan's Island. Her first significant opportunity to showcase her range came when she took on the challenging role of a prostitute in the stage production of The Owl and the Pussycat. This choice was not made lightly. It was a bold move aimed at changing how the public viewed her as an actress. By stepping into a complex and mature role, she sought to demonstrate her ability to portray characters that were far removed from the lighthearted and comedic persona she had established on television. This decision was a deliberate attempt to break free from the typecasting that often accompanies success in a popular series. The role required her to delve into the emotional depths of a character that faced societal judgment and personal struggles. It was a chance to reveal her versatility and depth as an actress, allowing her to explore themes of love, desperation, and human connection. The production provided her with a platform to challenge herself and to redefine her career in a way that would resonate with audiences looking for more than just the familiar antics of a castaway on a deserted island. By embracing this role, she not only expanded her own artistic boundaries, but also contributed to a broader conversation about the roles available to women in entertainment. The decision to take on such a provocative character was a significant step in her journey, marking a transition from the light-hearted comedy of Gilligan's Island to more serious and nuanced performances. This bold move ultimately paved the way for her to be recognized as a serious actress capable of tackling a wide range of roles, thus reshaping her career and public image in the process.
Show Mary Ann and me how happy they were.
No,
Yes, because they were celebrating the anniversary of Mr.
Through this bold move, Dawn Wells aimed to redefine her career and escape the constraints of typecasting that often plague actors associated with a single highly popular character. After gaining fame as Mary Ann Summers on Gilligan's Island, Wells found herself in a position where her identity was closely tied to the wholesome, good girl image of her character. This association, while beneficial in some ways, also limited her opportunities in the entertainment industry. Determined to diversify her acting portfolio, Wells sought roles that would allow her to explore different facets of her talent. She took on various projects, including stage performances and guest appearances on other television shows, which showcased her range as an actress. By actively pursuing these opportunities, Wells aimed to break free from the constraints of her previous role and demonstrate that she could embody a variety of characters. This journey was not just about career advancement, it was also a personal quest for growth and self-expression. Wells' efforts to redefine her career reflect the challenges many actors face in overcoming typecasting and the importance of versatility in the entertainment world.
Well, no one can pull the wool over my eyes. Cash.
Despite her efforts, Wells found it challenging to alter the industry's perception of her. She worked hard to showcase her talent by playing markedly different characters on stage, hoping to break free from the image of Mary Ann, the sweet and innocent character she portrayed on Gilligan's Island. However, casting directors and agents remained fixated on her as the eternal Mary Ann. This typecasting made it difficult for her to secure varied and substantive roles in film and television. Wells faced a constant struggle as she sought to expand her career beyond the confines of her most famous role. The entertainment industry often pigeonholed actors, and Wells was no exception. Despite her versatility and dedication to her craft, the shadow of Gilligan's Island loomed large over her career. She longed for the opportunity to explore different genres and characters, but the industry's narrow view of her talent limited her options. As time went on, Wells continued to fight against this typecasting, taking on roles that challenged her abilities and showcased her range. Yet, the perception of her as Marianne persisted, making it a constant battle to redefine herself in the eyes of the industry and the audience.
What are you doing with that?
Oh, the professor made the shellac out of...
Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, the typecasting situation for Dawn Wells, who played Marianne on Gilligan's Island, became quite evident. Despite her talent and versatility, she found herself repeatedly cast in roles that mirrored her previous character. This pattern limited her opportunities and often led to her portraying bubbly secretaries, nurses, and housewives. These roles, while enjoyable, did not allow her to showcase the full range of her acting abilities. Wells made guest appearances on various television shows during this time, but the characters she played often felt like extensions of Marianne. The cheerful, wholesome persona she embodied on Gilligan's Island became a double-edged sword. While it endeared her to audiences, it also made it difficult for her to break free from that image. As the years went by, Wells continued to embrace these roles, often bringing her signature charm and warmth to each character. However, the repetitive nature of the parts she was offered highlighted the challenges many actors face when they become closely associated with a single role. Despite the limitations, Wells remained a beloved figure in television, and her contributions to the industry were recognized by fans who cherished her work.
It's very damaging to us.
Yeah, her testimony.
No, her legs.
I'm going to ask Gilligan.
The impact of pigeonholing in the entertainment industry is evident in the careers of many actors, particularly those involved in iconic shows like Gilligan's Island. The series, which aired in 1964, featured a cast that became widely recognized for their specific roles. For instance, the character of Ginger Grant, played by Tina Louise, was often seen as the glamorous movie star. However, the industry's inability to envision her in roles that were either edgier or more complex meant that she rarely, if ever, got the chance to play the femme fatale or take on a serious lead role. This pigeonholing effect underscored the powerful impact of typecasting on an actor's career trajectory. It limited their opportunities to explore a wider range of characters and narratives, confining them to the same archetypes that audiences had come to expect. As a result, many talented actors found themselves trapped in roles that did not showcase their full range of abilities, leading to frustration and missed opportunities in their careers. The legacy of Gilligan's Island serves as a reminder of how typecasting can shape the paths of actors, often preventing them from breaking free and pursuing more diverse and challenging roles.
Sam!
Sam, pretty Sam. Sam, pretty Sam.
Right here in the...
Despite her proven talent and willingness to take on challenging roles, Dawn Wells often found herself overlooked for parts that strayed from the cheerful girl-next-door persona she had so memorably embodied in Gilligan's Island. In an interview with CNN, she shared her experiences regarding the impact of typecasting on her career after the show. Wells expressed that the role of Marianne, while beloved by fans, became a double-edged sword. It brought her fame and recognition, but it also confined her to a specific image that made it difficult for her to land diverse roles. Wells noted that casting directors frequently saw her only as the sweet and innocent character, which limited her opportunities in the industry. She was eager to explore more complex and varied characters, but the shadow of Marianne loomed large over her career. This typecasting is a common challenge faced by many actors who achieve iconic status in a particular role. Wells' experience highlights the struggles of artists who wish to break free from the constraints of their most famous characters. As she navigated her post-Gilligan's Island career, Wells remained hopeful and continued to pursue different acting opportunities, but the industry often did not see her potential beyond the role that had made her a household name. The interview revealed her resilience and determination to redefine her career, even in the face of such challenges.
Oh, Gilligan, let's not mention the word women.
Right. They've caused us enough trouble.
The industry's inability to dissociate her from this character limited her opportunities for work as casting directors, and producers struggled to envision her in roles that diverged from the wholesome girl-next-door image. This was particularly evident for the actress who played Marianne on Gilligan's Island. The show, which aired in 1964, became a cultural phenomenon, but it also typecast its stars. While the series was beloved for its humor and quirky characters, it created a challenge for the actors involved. The actress who portrayed Mary Ann found herself often associated with the innocent and sweet persona she embodied on screen. This association made it difficult for her to break free from that mold. Casting directors often saw her only in roles that mirrored her character, limiting her chances to explore more diverse and complex parts. As a result, her career did not flourish in the way she had hoped after the show ended. The struggle to redefine her image in a competitive industry highlighted the challenges many actors face when they become synonymous with a single role. This situation reflects a broader issue within the entertainment industry, where typecasting can hinder an actor's ability to showcase their full range of talent. The legacy of Gilligan's Island remains strong, but for some of its stars, the impact of their roles was a double-edged sword.
Gilligan, will I attach this message?
Okay. I'm sure gonna miss you, Everett.
Yes, every time we sit down.
The challenges faced by the cast of Gilligan's Island extended beyond the realm of television and film, particularly affecting the actress who played Mary Ann. After the show ended, she found it difficult to break free from the typecasting that came with her role. Directors in the theater world were often hesitant to cast her in darker or more complex roles. They believed that audiences would only accept her as the sweet and innocent character of Mary Ann. This perception limited her opportunities and made it hard for her to showcase her full range of acting abilities. Despite her talent, the stigma of being associated with a beloved sitcom made it challenging for her to transition into more serious roles. The typecasting phenomenon is common in the entertainment industry, where actors become so closely identified with a particular character that it overshadows their other work. This situation highlights the difficulties many actors face when trying to redefine their careers after achieving fame in a specific role. The struggle for recognition in more diverse and challenging parts is a testament to the complexities of an actor's journey in the industry.
That he plays poker? Well, I think we can be coaxed into it.
Despite the challenges that came with being typecast as Mary Ann in Gilligan's Island, Dawn Wells found a way to embrace her role as she grew older. Initially, the character's popularity created limitations in her career, making it difficult for her to break free from the image of the sweet and innocent castaway. However, as time passed, Wells began to recognize the joy and happiness that Mary Ann brought to countless fans. She understood that her portrayal resonated with many people, providing them with comfort and laughter during a time when the world was changing rapidly. Wells often reflected on the significance of her character, realizing that Mary Ann represented hope, kindness, and resilience. This realization allowed her to appreciate the role more deeply, transforming her initial frustrations into a sense of pride. She became a beloved figure at fan conventions and events where she shared stories about her time on the show and connected with fans who cherished the series. Through these interactions, Wells celebrated the lasting impact of Gilligan's Island and the character of Mary Ann, finding fulfillment in the happiness she had brought to others throughout her life.
We've been robbed.
Rob,
Somebody broke in here last night.
I think you're right.
Mary Ann became a cherished part of pop culture, a symbol of innocence and positivity that resonated across generations. Her character, portrayed by Dawn Wells, captured the hearts of viewers with her sweet demeanor and unwavering optimism. This connection to the audience turned Mary Ann into an enduring icon, representing the ideal of kindness and simplicity in a world that often felt complicated. As the years passed, Wells embraced this legacy, actively participating in Gilligan's Island fan conventions. These events allowed her to connect with fans who grew up watching the show and cherish the memories it created. At these conventions, Wells delighted in reprising her role as the beloved farm girl, sharing stories and experiences from the set. Fans would gather to hear her tales, often dressed as their favorite characters, creating a vibrant atmosphere filled with nostalgia. The conventions became a celebration of the show's impact on popular culture, highlighting how a simple sitcom could leave a lasting impression on the hearts of many. Wells' participation not only honored her character, but also reinforced the show's place in television history, as it continued to inspire new generations of fans who discovered the series through reruns and streaming platforms. The legacy of Mary Ann and Gilligan's Island remains strong, showcasing the power of television to create lasting connections and cherish memories.
Plane could possibly miss it.
Oh, boy, all we gotta do now is wait for that plane. Here, Gilligan, get over on the other side of the clearing. The view's better from there. And keep your...
This shift in perspective allowed her to celebrate the impact of her work on Gilligan's Island, acknowledging the joy and nostalgia her character inspired in fans around the world. The show, which first aired in 1964, quickly became a beloved classic, capturing the hearts of viewers with its quirky characters and humorous situations. Each episode followed the misadventures of a group of castaways stranded on a deserted island, showcasing their attempts to escape while often failing in the most entertaining ways. The characters she portrayed resonated deeply with audiences, embodying a spirit of optimism and resilience that many found comforting. As time passed, the series became a symbol of simpler times, evoking fond memories for those who grew up watching it. Fans often reminisce about the catchy theme song and the colorful personalities of the cast, each representing different aspects of society. The joy derived from the show transcended generations, as parents introduced it to their children, creating a shared experience that fostered family bonding. The nostalgia associated with Gilligan's Island is not just about the laughter it brought, but also about the warmth of those moments spent together in front of the television. Reflecting on her role, she recognized how her character became a source of happiness for many, reminding them of carefree days and the power of friendship. The enduring popularity of the show, even decades later, speaks to its universal themes and the joy it continues to bring to fans around the globe. The impact of Gilligan's Island is a testament to the lasting power of television to create connections and evoke cherished memories.
How'd you get here on the island?
I've been waiting for you, son. Where have you been?
Where's Mother?
As we bid farewell to the sun-soaked shores of Gilligan's Island, one might wonder what lies beyond the horizon for our beloved castaways. The laughter, the mishaps, and the timeless friendships have wrapped up, but the story of Gilligan's Island doesn't end here. Beneath the surface of their island adventures is a world of unique journeys waiting to be explored. What became of the talented actors who brought these iconic characters to life? From unexpected career turns to personal trials and triumphs, each cast member navigated their own path after the show wrapped. Their lives off-screen are filled with captivating stories that reveal the true strength of their spirits. Join us as we delve into the often overlooked tales of these performers. Discover the surprises, the struggles, and the legacies they left behind. You won't want to miss this deeper look into the lives shaped by a show that has remained dear to audiences for decades.
Wash our clothes, wash our clothes, wash our clothes. This is the way we wash our clothes so early in the...
Larry Storch portrayed Jackson Farrell in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character marked by charm and depth. Storch's role often highlighted the struggle between self-interest and loyalty, serving as a reflection of broader human emotions. His performance brought a level of complexity to the show often overlooked in the light-hearted context of television during that era. After Gilligan's Island, Storch faced challenges in his career. While he had success in voice acting and guest appearances on various shows, he dealt with the shadow of typecasting. Notably, he struggled with personal hardships. Storch endured a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce, and he faced financial difficulties later in life. His battle with the effects of aging included health issues, which deterred his once vibrant stage presence. Despite these challenges, Storch maintained a sense of humor and resilience. He continued to work in smaller roles, staying connected to the entertainment industry. As of his last known updates, he remains a beloved figure among classic television fans, continuing to inspire through his body of work.
Any little old drink. I know what you're up to, Miss Ginger. You're gonna get me drunk.
Don Rickles portrayed Norbert Wiley in the 1964 episode of Gilligan's Island titled The Producer, where his character, an area producer, is drawn into the chaos of the castaways' antics. Rickles' sharp wit and commanding presence added a unique layer to the episode, showcasing his talent for insult humor that would define his career. However, this role was a fleeting moment in a storied career defined by both accolades and challenges. Rickles faced personal and professional obstacles beyond the television spotlight. The death of his father deeply affected him, driving home the importance of family in his life. He also grappled with bouts of anxiety, often using humor to mask underlying feelings of vulnerability. Despite his success in comedy, Rickles dealt with controversies, such as his often offensive style that sometimes drew criticism. Yet he maintained friendships with Hollywood legends, including Frank Sinatra, which underscored a complex personal life intertwined with the industry's darker sides. In later years, Rickles continued to perform, experiencing a late career resurgence with successful comedy specials and appearances in films. His poignant reflections on mortality and legacy became evident as he aged. The last known information about Rickles places him at his Las Vegas residence, where he passed away in 2017, leaving behind a legacy of groundbreaking humor and a life marked by shadows and light. Bob Denver's portrayal of Gilligan in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island brought the character's childlike charm and bumbling nature to life, endearing him to audiences. Yet, the role became a double-edged sword. While it established him as a household name, it also typecast him, limiting his opportunities in more serious roles. After the show's cancellation, Denver struggled to escape the shadow of Gilligan. He took on various projects, including The Good Guys and the revival of Gilligan's Island, but none could recapture his earlier success. Denver faced personal hardships that marred his later years. He battled alcoholism, which strained his marriages and affected his mental health. He endured the tragic loss of his eldest son, a poignant event that deepened his struggles. Throughout his life, he tried to find solace in music, even performing with bands. In his later years, Denver settled into a quieter life, participating in public appearances and sharing his experiences. His legacy, however, remained intertwined with Gilligan. He passed away in 2005 from cancer, yet his spirit endures among fans of the show.
Ounces of gold.
Mr. Howell, are you sure that scale is right?
Oh, certainly. Mrs. Howell.
Rory Calhoun took on the role of Jonathan Kincaid in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, portraying a suave and charming character who added a twist to the show's typical narrative. His performance contrasted against the ensemble cast's comedic antics and showcased his ability to handle dramatic content. After Gilligan's Island, Calhoun's career took various turns. While known primarily for Western films, he faced challenges when the tide of Hollywood changed, which relegated him to lesser roles and television guest spots. His personal life was marked by turmoil. Calhoun had a troubled past, including time spent in prison for robbery during his youth. He struggled with relationships, including a tumultuous marriage to actress and writer Lita Barron, which ended in divorce. A darker period saw him battling alcoholism, affecting his career and personal relationships. Despite these hardships, he held on to his work ethic and continued acting, with appearances in various films and TV shows throughout the 1970s and 1980s. In later years, his public life was quiet, and he passed away in 1999. The details of his final years remain mostly private, with few accounts to shed light on this enigmatic figure's life. Natalie Schafer became well known for her role as Mistress Lovey Howell in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island. She brought sophistication and humor, portraying the wealthy socialite alongside her on-screen husband, Thurston Howell. Schafer's character often provided comic relief with her dramatic flair and witty remarks, captivating audiences throughout the show's run. After Gilligan's Island, her career continued with appearances in various television shows, but none achieved the iconic status of her island character. In her personal life, Schafer faced challenges that remained largely hidden from public view. She dealt with the tragic loss of her partner, actor, and playwright Louis Schaffer, who died in 1948. This event had a profound impact on her. Schafer never married, which made her living arrangements throughout her life a topic of intrigue and speculation. Rumors about her sexuality circulated, as she was known to be a private person. Her later years were marked by loneliness, fractured friendships, and health issues, including a battle with cancer that she fought quietly. The last known information about Natalie Schafer reveals that she passed away in 1991 at the age of 90. Until her death, she remained a beloved figure, remembered for her work and the enigmatic life she led. In the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, Mel Blanc made a striking impression with his role as the voice of the parrot, a character that provided comic relief and whimsical charm. Known as the Man of 1,000 Voices, Blanc brought a distinct energy to the show, giving the parrot a memorable personality that resonated with audiences. His remarkable ability to create diverse vocal characters showcased his legendary talent in voice acting. After the series, Blanc faced personal hardships. He was involved in a near-fatal car accident in 1961, which left him with severe injuries. This incident caused considerable pain and ongoing health challenges, yet he continued to work in voice acting, lending his voice to many beloved characters, including Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Blanc also grappled with alcoholism, a struggle that clouded his personal life and relationships. Despite these battles, he remained a figure of resilience in the entertainment industry. His death in 1989 marked the end of an era, but his legacy endures in the countless characters he created. His last performances included contributions to projects like The Jetsons and Tiny Toon Adventures, revealing his enduring influence in animation. Mel Blanc's ability to adapt and thrive amid life's darkness makes his story one of triumph marked by shadows.
Idea, Professor. Come on, Gilligan.
If we had to get marooned on an island, why didn't we pick Manhattan?
Richard Kiel played a memorable role as a Russian agent in the 1964 episode of Gilligan's Island titled The Hunter. His towering figure and distinctive presence added a sense of intrigue and intensity to the narrative. In this episode, Kiel's character was portrayed as menacing and relentless, showcasing his ability to embody the darker aspects of villainy. This role became a defining moment in his early career, emphasizing his talent for playing antagonists. Kiel's career continued with notable appearances in films like The Spy Who Loved Me, where he became iconic as the steel-toothed villain Jaws. However, his personal life was marked by challenges. Kiel grappled with health issues stemming from his towering height of 7 feet 150 inches. He faced struggles with addiction and a troubled marriage, which brought much public scrutiny and led to multiple divorces. Despite these hardships, he sought redemption through faith and embraced public speaking, sharing his story of resilience. In the latter years of his life, Kiel remained mostly out of the spotlight, focusing on family and reflecting on his past. Sadly, Richard Kiel passed away on September 10, 2014, leaving behind a legacy as a film and television legend, forever etched in the memories of viewers.
Skipper, I can hardly wait to find out if I'm a gold millionaire or a jewelry millionaire.
Michael Forrest portrayed Ugandi in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island. His character, an African chieftain, brought an air of mystery and allure, adding depth to the show's comedy. Forrest's performance was notable for its intensity, but it was also controversial due to the stereotypical representation of African culture, raising discussions that linger even today. After Gilligan's Island, Forrest continued to work steadily in television and film, often appearing in guest roles on various shows, including Star Trek and The Twilight Zone. However, his career faced challenges, marked by periods of relative obscurity. His transition to voice acting and animation became a significant part of his career, showcasing his versatility. In his personal life, Forrest encountered significant hardships. He battled substance abuse, which strained his relationships and affected his mental health. In interviews, he spoke candidly about these struggles, a testimony to his resilience. Despite these challenges, he remained active in his craft, and his passion for acting never waned. The last known information indicates he lived a secluded life, reflecting on his past, with little public appearances. His journey is a complex tapestry of triumphs and trials, echoing the unpredictable nature of fame.
Like Robinson Crusoe, it's primitive as can be, so join.
Russell Johnson portrayed Professor Roy Hinckley in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island, captivating audiences with his intelligence and charm. The character was a significant part of the show's dynamics, often trying to devise plans for escape with a mix of humor and frustration. Johnson's performance added depth to the professor, showcasing a mix of scholarly wit and underlying desperation in their stranded situation. After Gilligan's Island concluded, Johnson faced challenges in his career. Despite his famed role, the typecasting, he experienced limited opportunities. He worked in theater and made guest appearances on various shows, but none reached the same heights as his iconic character. Personal hardships included the tragic loss of his first wife, who battled cancer, leading to a painful period in his life. In the later years, Johnson was open about the struggles of aging in Hollywood and the industry's often unforgiving nature. He remarried and maintained a relatively private life, away from the scandals that haunted some of his co-stars. As of 2014, Johnson passed away at 89, leaving behind a legacy tied indelibly to his role as the professor.
Our love will last all through eternity.
Dawn Wells portrayed Mary Ann Summers in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character known for her cheerful demeanor and wholesome charm. While the role endeared her to audiences, it also typecast her, restricting her opportunities in more serious acting roles. After Gilligan's Island, Wells struggled to break free from the image of Mary Ann. She appeared in various TV shows and films, but the shadow of her iconic role lingered, Off-screen, Wells faced significant personal hardships. In 1975, she was involved in a scandal when she was arrested for marijuana possession, which led to public scrutiny that tainted her reputation. Furthermore, she encountered financial troubles during the late 1990s, resulting in her filing for bankruptcy. Despite these challenges, Wells remained resilient, dedicating herself to charity work and education, focusing on inspiring young people. Wells also faced health issues in her later years, battling COVID-19 in 2020 before she passed away in December 2020. Her contributions to television and her efforts to connect with fans left a lasting impression.
If I put you in the driver's seat.
Sir, are you suggesting that I stoop to manual labor?
Congratulations, you got...
Mike Mazurki played the role of Dog in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, introducing a darker presence among the show's comedic chaos. His character was notable for its toughness, contrasting sharply with the light-hearted nature of the series. Mazurki's imposing physical stature and gruff demeanor brought a unique depth to a primarily comedic ensemble. Beyond this role, Mazurki had a long and varied career. Born in 1907, he was a former professional wrestler before transitioning to acting in the late 1940s. He often portrayed tough guys and villains in film noir and westerns. Despite his success, Mazurki faced personal challenges. He struggled with the effects of being typecast in roles that emphasized his size, creating hurdles in landing more diverse parts. His life was not without scandal. In the 1970s, he found himself in legal troubles involving a bar fight that drew significant media attention. In his final years, he lived a more private life, avoiding the spotlight. As of his passing in 1990, Mazurki left behind a legacy of complex characters. The last known information about him highlights a man who navigated the turbulent waters of fame and personal turmoil with resilience and grit.
Morning, Skipper. Missed your breakfast.
Oh, well, thank you, Gilligan, but I decided to patch up the hole you made.
Phil Silvers played Harold Hecuba, a theatrical director, in the 1964 episode of Gilligan's Island titled The Producer. His role served to highlight his hallmark comedic talent, involving a series of misunderstandings and theatrical antics that showcased his skill for witty dialogue and physical comedy. Silvers, known for his quick wit and charm, delivered a performance that was memorable, although the series itself often overshadowed individual portrayals. After Gilligan's Island, Silvers faced several challenges. His career, which was once vibrant, began to dim as television tastes shifted. In the late 1970s, he encountered financial difficulties and a turbulent personal life marked by struggles with alcohol, leading to various rehab stints. His personal relationships were fraught as well, marred by a public divorce from his first wife and ongoing tensions in his family dynamics. As he aged, Silvers seemed to retreat from the limelight, leading a more private life. His last known public appearance was in 1984, at a benefit in New York. He passed away in 1985 from complications related to heart issues and pneumonia. His legacy remains interwoven with the comedy of American television, but his later years serve as a reminder of the fragility of fame and personal happiness.
George, all right. Oh, I know that you're all very tired. I want to tell you how much I appreciate your...
Sterling Holloway played the character Bert in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island. His portrayal was memorable for its quirky charm, embodying the spirit of a character caught in the absurdity of island life. Despite his brief appearance, Holloway's unique voice and comedic style left a lasting impression on the show's audience. Holloway's career began in silent films, but he found his true calling in voice acting, lending his voice to beloved characters like Winnie the Pooh. His career spanned decades, with appearances in films and television that showcased his talent. However, his personal life was filled with challenges. Holloway faced financial troubles in the late 1970s, and his later years were marked by health issues, including battling cancer. He was known for his reclusive nature, often avoiding the spotlight despite his fame. The last known information about Holloway suggests he remained out of the public eye until his death in 1992 at the age of 87. He left behind a legacy of warmth in his performances, eternally linked to the magic of childhood.
Is Cleopatra. See you later.
Tina Louise's portrayal of Ginger Grant in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island captivated audiences with her sultry charm and magnetic presence. Ginger, a glamorous movie star, was known for her beauty and quick wit, often serving as the romantic interest of the hapless men stranded on the island. While her professional struggles were not depicted on the show, off-screen, Louise faced numerous challenges. After Gilligan's Island, she struggled to shed the typecast of the glamorous bombshell. Despite her talent, many roles eluded her, leading to frustrations that shattered her career. Louise's personal life was marked by turbulence as well. She faced a tumultuous marriage to actor Les Crane, including a public divorce in the early 1970s that became the focus of scandal. Louise endured the heartache of losing her career momentum and dealt with the pain of her mother's death, which profoundly impacted her. As of now, Louise is known to be living a relatively quiet life, residing in New York City. She has often reflected on her iconic role, but remains elusive in the public eye, shunning the spotlight that once surrounded her. Despite her challenges, Tina Louise's legacy as Ginger Grant endures.
Gilligan, we're trying to fix the transmitter.
Oh.
Vito Scotti portrayed the enigmatic Dr. Boris Balankoff in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island. His character, a mad scientist with dubious intentions, provided a memorable moment amidst the show's lighthearted chaos. Scotty's performance was marked by a haunting charisma, capturing viewers' imaginations as he executed bizarre schemes, epitomizing the fine line between genius and madness. Scott's career was extensive, with numerous roles across film and television, showcasing his talent in both comedic and dramatic genres. Yet, behind the scenes, his life was not without challenges. He faced personal hardships, including struggles with typecasting due to his unique looks and ethnicity, which often limited the depth of roles he could play. Off-screen, Scotty dealt with a tumultuous family life, marked by difficult relationships and fleeting romances, revealing a man searching for stability amid chaos. In his later years, Scotty became more reclusive, retreating from the spotlight, but his legacy remains. He passed away in 1996, leaving behind a body of work that continues to intrigue both audiences and critics, embodying the complexities of an actor who lived in the shadows of his characters.
Her something too. It's a good thing she can't understand English. She'd slap your...
John McGiver portrayed Lord Beasley Waterford in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island, bringing an air of pomp and circumstance to the role. His character, a wealthy and arrogant English lord, added a layer of humor and conflict to the show. McGiver's unique voice and physical presence made him memorable, transcending the limitations of a sitcom format. After Gilligan's Island, McGiver faced a tumultuous career as he struggled with the typecasting often associated with comedic roles. Despite his talent, he found himself in a narrow niche, unable to break free from his past. Personal hardships also marked McGiver's life. He battled financial difficulties and a troubled marriage, resulting in a bitter divorce that left him emotionally scarred. Rumors circulated about his reclusive nature, hinting at a darker side to his otherwise public persona. Notably, he battled health issues in his later years. McGiver's last days remain somewhat shrouded in mystery, with few concrete updates about his life post-1970. He passed away in 1977, leaving behind a complicated legacy.
One of us to civilization.
Professor, there's a place for a man like you in my organization.
I'll take my hat off to you.
Nehemiah Persoff portrayed Pancho Hernando Gonzalez Enriquez Rodriguez in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island. His character, a charming yet enigmatic figure, brought a combination of humor and mystery to the show. Persoff's performance encapsulated the essence of a man driven by dreams, yet burdened by the shadows of his past. His ability to blend comedic flair with depth made Pancho a memorable guest star among the castaways. Following Gilligan's Island, Persoff's career continued to flourish in film and television, showcasing his diverse range. He appeared in classic films such as Some Like It Hot, and numerous TV shows, including The Twilight Zone. Yet, behind the curtains, his personal life revealed darker experiences. Persoff faced numerous personal hardships, including the challenges of balancing family life with the demands of acting. His marriage and family life endured scrutiny, leading to difficulties that left lasting marks on his psyche. In recent years, information about Persoff became sparse. He retired from acting, reflecting in interviews that acting had its tolls and joys. His last known public appearance was in 2019, hinting at his desire for peace away from the spotlight.
Out here, and if it's good, we can take it to Broadway.
Well, I don't know.
Why don't you do it, Mr. Howell? It'll be a lot of prestige.
Alan Hale Jr. portrayed Jonas the Skipper Grumby in Gilligan's Island, bringing a blend of charisma and authority to the character. The skipper was often torn between his leadership role and the chaos caused by Gilligan. Hale's performance was marked by his physical presence and ability to convey frustration and warmth, capturing the essence of a sailor lost with his crew on a deserted island. After the show's cancellation, Hale faced personal and professional challenges. He struggled to find roles that matched his skipper persona, often relegated to television guest appearances and lower-budget films. In 1971, Hale was involved in a public scandal when it was revealed that he had been diagnosed with cancer, which he initially concealed from the media. This period was steeped in secrecy, causing concern among fans and industry colleagues. Despite his struggles, he remained active in the entertainment scene. In later years, Hale partnered with his father, a notable actor, to create a lasting legacy. He passed away in 1990 due to his battle with cancer, leaving behind a complex history intertwined with both success and hardship. His contributions to television endure, as does the mystery surrounding his later life.
Take off and don't look back.
It's the only way to fly.
Jim Backus portrayed Thurston Howell, the affluent, snobbish millionaire on the 1964 series Gilligan's Island. Backus brought a unique charm to the role, balancing humor with a biting elitism that made the character memorable. The show's success led to typecasting, and despite his talent, he struggled to shake off the image of Thurston Howell. After Gilligan's Island ended, he continued to act but faced personal challenges. His battle with a declining health condition, which included significant hearing loss, affected his career. Backus was also involved in a notable scandal. In 1972, he publicly struggled with financial issues, which contrasted his on-screen persona of wealth and privilege. His life was marked by hardships, including the death of his only son from cancer in 1974, which deeply affected him. In his later years, he returned to television and voice work, including his role in the animated series The Jetsons as the voice of George Jetson. Jim Backus passed away in 1989, leaving behind a complex legacy of both comedic brilliance and personal trials. Last known information about him highlights his impact on television and his enduring popularity, marked by his iconic characters.
It'll be exclusive.
But how do we get the guest of honor to attend his own party?
That's right, he won't leave the cave.
Oh, what he sees in that dreary little cave.
Hans Conried's portrayal of Wrongway Feldman in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island was a unique blend of comedy and tragedy. Conried's character, a disoriented pilot who had an uncanny ability to fly in the wrong direction, embodied the misfortune and surrealism that defined the show's premise. His performance was both humorous and poignant, leaving viewers with an enduring sense of the absurdity of life. Conried's deep voice and adept timing brought depth to a role that might have slipped into cliché had it not been for his compelling interpretation. Despite his success on the show, Conried faced significant personal challenges. He struggled with bouts of depression throughout his life, which sometimes overshadowed his professional accomplishments. His marriage to actress and dancer Patricia Hardy ended in divorce, a period marked by emotional strain. Even as he gained recognition, Conried dealt with typecasting and the struggle to land substantial roles after Gilligan's Island. In later years, he also faced health issues, including a battle with heart disease. Conried passed away in 1982 at the age of 77. His legacy remains in his voice work and character roles, but his complex personal struggles add layers to the memory of an actor who brought laughter amidst his own darkness. The last known information indicates he was often remembered for his contributions to both television and theater, leaving behind a significant yet bittersweet legacy.
No phone, no lights, no motor cars, not a single luxury.
Kurt Russell's role as Jungle Boy in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island marked one of his early appearances as a young actor. His character, a wild and adventurous youth who lived in the jungle, showcased Russell's charm and physicality. The part was brief but memorable, helped establish his early career. Following Gilligan's Island, Russell's path diverged from typical child actor roles. He gained a reputation for versatile performances in films like Escape from New York and The Thing. His career took on a darker tone, particularly with Hollywood's pressures, including the burden of typecasting and the harsh realities of show business. Personal hardships crept in as Russell faced family struggles, particularly dealing with his father's battle with alcoholism, which deeply affected him. He also navigated the complexities of relationships in the industry, including a long-term partnership with actress Goldie Hawn, which has often been viewed under the lens of Hollywood's often turbulent romances. As of recently, Russell remains active in the industry, still taking on significant roles, while maintaining a reclusive personal life. far removed from the public eye.
Saver works fine.
With no transmitter, how are we going to tell the rescue ship where to find us? But, Skipper, I'm scared.
Gilligan, now pull yourself together.
Denny Miller portrayed Duke Williams in the 1964 series Gilligan's Island, playing a character marked by charm and bravado. Duke's arrival created tension and conflict, especially with the character Ginger, showcasing Miller's ability to mix humor with drama. Despite his role being relatively brief, Miller's presence was memorable, and he left an impact on fans of the show. After Gilligan's Island, Denny Miller struggled with typecasting in Hollywood. He found it challenging to break free from the image of the handsome, light-hearted characters he often played. While he appeared in various films and television shows, including guest spots on popular series, he seemed trapped in the shadow of his earlier success. Personal hardships followed him as well. Miller faced a battle with health issues later in life, including surgeries and weight gain. He dealt with the loss of his home in the 27 California wildfires. Critics noted his enigmatic personality and the darker aspects of his life, often overshadowed by his on-screen persona. The last known information about Denny Miller points to his efforts to find peace and solace in a challenging world. He remained a beloved figure among fans, remembered for both his charm and the struggles he faced off-screen.
He's coming back.
Zsa Gabor played the role of Erica Tiffany Smith in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, bringing her trademark glamour and charm to the character. Erica was portrayed as a wealthy socialite with a taste for luxury, adding an element of intrigue and sophistication to the island's dynamics. Gabor's presence elevated the show during her guest appearance, showcasing her unique ability to blend wit and allure, making her memorable despite the limited screen time. Throughout her life, Gabor faced significant challenges. She was married 9 times, often becoming a symbol of turbulent relationships. Her later years were marred by personal hardship, including a highly publicized car accident in 2002 that left her with serious injuries, affecting her health. Gabor's life was punctuated by scandals, including a notorious incident in 1989 when she slapped a police officer during a traffic stop. Her later years were quieter, filled with health struggles and hospitalization. Reports before her passing in December 2016 indicated that she had been dealing with severe health complications, including dementia. Her legacy remains a blend of glamour and controversy, with Gabor being remembered as a true original of Hollywood.
At a time like this,
Oh. Well, it'd be all right for the cowards to quit and go back to camp?
all this talk about voodoo and witch.
Strother Martin portrayed George Barkley in the 1964 TV series Gilligan's Island, a character whose machinations often placed the other castaways in tricky situations. Martin's performance brought a certain gravitas to a show that balanced comedy with the absurdity of survival. His role, while brief, showcased his ability to embody characters that were complex and multifaceted, often carrying an air of both charm and danger. Following Gilligan's Island, Martin's career flourished. He became known for his roles in classic films such as Cool Hand Luke and The Wild Bunch, where he often played menacing or authoritative figures. However, his personal life was marred by struggles that painted a darker picture. He faced significant personal hardships, including battles with addiction, and the challenges of maintaining relationships amid the pressures of fame. Despite his talents, Martin dealt with scandals, including allegations of alleged substance abuse that became a shadow over his otherwise distinguished career. In his later years, he experienced health issues but continued to work sporadically in television and film. His last notable role was in the 1982 film Rude Awakening. After this period, he largely receded from the public eye. His life came to an end in 1980 at the age of 66, leaving behind a legacy colored by both his remarkable performances and his tumultuous personal experiences. The mysteries of his life continue to intrigue those who remember him and his work.
Oh, hi, Skipper.
Oh, Ginger.
As we wrap up our journey through the world of Gilligan's Island, it's hard not to feel that warm wave of nostalgia. This beloved 1964 series not only entertained millions, but also shaped the careers of its cast in remarkable ways. Bob Denver, who brought Gilligan to life, faced challenges after the show ended, but his iconic role kept him in the hearts of fans. Tina Louise, the only female lead, navigated her own path, often reflecting on the unique experience she had as Ginger Grant. Each cast member experienced their own ups and downs, yet their time on the island remains a cherished memory for many. Did you watch Gilligan's Island as a child? What stories does it bring back for you? Feel free to share your memories in the comments below. Whether it was a favorite episode or just the joy of relaxing with family watching this classic, we want to hear how this show impacted your life. Your stories matter.
Well, I guess the Howells haven't